Are you ready to have your photo taken?
Yes, I am.
Alright, got your tulips. Let's get started.
Hello, and welcome back to another behind the scenes photo shoot video. Ever since I've moved to England, I've been really into the whole cottagecore aesthetic. If you don't know what cottagecore is, basically it is a movement that is rooted in a vintage style inspired by the countryside and rural living. And aesthetically, you can see this manifested in so many different ways. But the ways that I usually see it manifested is through beautiful traditional flowy dresses, flowers and baskets and baking and gardening and sewing. And it's something that I've really lent into ever since I've moved to the English countryside. I have a ton of self-portraits of me leaning into cottagecore, and I see a lot of other women who lean into it as well, and they create some beautiful artwork and take beautiful photos inspired by cottagecore. What I don't see as often is men leaning into the cottagecore aesthetic. There are definitely men out there who do it, don't get me wrong, but it's not something that I personally see as often. So I want to try my hand at taking some male portraits that really lean into the cottagecore aesthetic. So my male model for this photo shoot is going to be my husband. Luckily for me, he's not camera shy. I broke him of being shy in front of the camera long before we were married. And to be honest, I think he really does enjoy having his picture taken. So he's going to be my model for these set of photos. Now for these photos, styling is going to be extremely important. I purposely picked articles of clothing that obviously he wears today, but clothing that could also have been worn 100 years ago. The second most important aspect to portraits, especially the type of portraits that I take, is location. And a lot of the cottagecore aesthetic is inspired by the English countryside, which is perfect because that's exactly where we live. For the first set of photos, I took my husband up to this grassy field. He is wearing an old overcoat that I felt was really timeless, but also quite dramatic and flowy. We paired it with a white button-down and a plain pair of trousers. When it comes to taking portraits, I think the less distracting the clothing, the better. So we have really basic, timeless pieces for this set of photos.
I like the hands in the pocket. Look right there. So instead of like a side profile, 3/4 is ideal. Looks really good. This is beautiful. Alright, I'm gonna go get your book. On your arm, on one arm, and hold the book with that hand, and the other one, can you kind of like touch your face or touch your hair? Yeah, there you go. But kind of look at the book.
In addition to the actual clothing that the subject is wearing, props can add a lot to help achieve a certain look. So we brought a book for him to read because a really important pillar to cottagecore is slow living, and reading goes hand in hand with that. I also love adding props because it gives the models something to do and interact with in the photos, which just allows them to relax a little bit and be more natural. We then walked down a little ways to a spot with some pretty trees. I wanted to get a variety of photos, so we also switched his book out for a sketchbook. There's something really romantic about drawing in nature, and I wanted these photos to have that touch of romance to them. By this point, my husband and I were freezing and just completely over the whole thing. So we ended up wrapping it up. And to be honest, I didn't love the results. I think the photos that I've shown are beautiful, but they weren't screaming cottagecore to me. So I went back to the drawing board, especially in regards to the outfit and the location. For these next set of photos, we got up really early, a few days after that first initial photo shoot, and we were blessed with a stunning, misty morning.
Dude, that looks really good. Alright, this looks amazing. We have perfect setting. It's a little bit foggy. We've got a beautiful sunrise and we're ready to take some photos. Are you ready?
The sunlight was godly, and the whole atmosphere of the rolling hills with the light was giving me Pride and Prejudice vibes. I had had my eye on this gate for a long time. I love using things like doors and fences for portraits because not only does it add some nice horizontal lines and something for the subject to interact with, but also a timeless human element that is perfect for the cottagecore look. So the main focus for me with these sets of photos was the culmination of the hat and the jacket and the suspenders that are all timeless vintage staples in men's fashion, but also the fence with the misty rolling hills.
How you feeling? Oh, you look good. You look very pretty.
I think we hit the nail on the head with these last sets of photos. I'm still honestly fangirling over them, and I know I might be a little bit biased because they're also just photos of my husband. But let me know what you think of the photos in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts, and I hope that this inspires you to take some cottagecore photos as well. If you do end up taking some photos, let me know, tag me on Instagram. I would love to see the results. You can find my link to Instagram and all the other things in the description of this video. Once again, thank you for watching this little behind the scenes look at my photo shoot. I hope to see you guys again for the next video very soon. Bye for now.